We are an emerging power. We want to be a great power, but we are not there yet. And we are in an environment where there is not only rivalry between the two large existing powers, but they also look on us with some degree of suspicion. So this is an environment which we have to deal with, but we need to deal with it with the following principles in mind. First of all, we cannot compartmentalize different fields of power. We have to not just have an all-of-government approach, we have to have an all-of-nation approach. We cannot separate out military power from economic power. We cannot separate out the government and public sector from private sector. All of these things are intertwined. Whatever our internal differences may be, when we are dealing with the world, we have to be on the same side. Because the people with whom we are dealing with are going to come to the table being united on their side in their own way. Secondly, world power and dynamics of world power are extremely unpredictable. Do not bother to try and predict it. After all, nobody could have guessed circa 1450 that it was not the Chinese but the Portuguese who would come to dominate the Indian Ocean. Not possible to have predicted it. Similarly, it is not possible for us to predict exactly how things will pan out from here on, either with President Trump or with President Xi or with many other people around us, not to mention random shocks like COVID that could happen. What we need to do is to be internally resilient and have policies that are flexible to deal with the situation as it appears. We tend to get very disappointed every time things do not quite pan out the way we may have planned. But in fact, it should be entirely surprising if it does pan out the way you planned it, because the world is uncertain. It's an unstable place by definition. So the game is not to have grand plans, but to invest into your own strength, and very importantly, be willing to act opportunistically when the opportunity arises. So you have to be willing to go in there and do it. And finally, when we say Atmanirbhar Bharat, or we say Swadeshi, we should not confuse it with some 1950s view of import substitution and looking inward. Of course, we should build on our own strength, but it has to be an outward-oriented approach. We need to go out there and capture export markets. We need to go out there and build geopolitical linkages. And we need to be willing to use these for pursuing national interest.